Hi everyone. So I did try to do this video as a with my glasses on, but the reflection is just so dreadful that I really couldn't do it and I had to retake, so I'm so sorry. But today I thought we'll try something different, something that I've not done yet, but obviously am now. Is I thought I would tell you guys the 1-star rating for what I have as 5-star review, like for my 5-star reads. This is definitely going to be a series. I feel like I've picked out like 4 books a time to do this with, only because I don't know how many reviews I'm going to do. Like for the first one, I was originally only going to do 4, and then I was like, oh, but I liked these other 2, so I did them too. I probably will put my glasses on, so if there's any reflection, I'm terribly sorry. But like, yeah. And I have my other phone ready for the reviews. Oh gosh. So my first book that I've picked, I'm gonna put my glasses on ready. Sometimes the reflection is there, sometimes it isn't. So my first book is gonna be, we'll put it aside, Verity. I gave this 5 stars. I did enjoy this. It was unexpected. This is actually the first Colleen Hoover I ever read. So it set high expectations for the other ones. I have to say, I think there's only one other Colleen Hoover that has a 5-star. Sorry, the cat is on the other side of you. I think he thinks the camera's facing him. Please. But yeah, so I think there's only one other Colleen Hoover book that gave 5-star too. So without further ado, our first 1-star review is fucking bullshit. Literally, someone said that. Okay, I get that we're all entitled to our opinions, but that's a bit mean. So this video isn't going to be cussing anyone that gave 1 star. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Mine is obviously I liked it. Not everyone will. Nothing wrong with that. You got to be able to smile and laugh about things that don't always come the way you want them to. So I don't care that these are 1-star reviews, and I don't care what they say. I'm finding it more amusing than I am anything else. So we're starting with what fucking bullshit as the first 1-star review that I found. So that was actually a review in 2021. How old is this book? The next review is in 2022, and it said, some people desperately need Jesus, and Colleen Hoover is one of them. I suppose I could see that, because there are some things in here that I was even, I could see how you could, yeah. The next one is also from 2021, and it's, I mean, if you like sex scenes drier than a biology textbook, sure, go off, I guess. I wasn't really reading it for those scenes, but now that she says about it, yeah, I can kind of agree. Those were not the best scenes. I mean, I would probably give him like a solid 3, because I mean, it wasn't a closed door, but they could have been better, I suppose. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Next one is also from 2021. Never gonna get brain cells back. I lost reading this, am I? I felt like I lost some brain cells because I was just the whole time, so maybe. But then do you want them back? Because I mean, if you read the book and didn't enjoy it, would you want your brain cells back? Just to remember that you didn't like it? Anyway. Scariest thing in this book was the writing. I have no comment to that, honestly. I didn't write down notes to put with each of these. I just had them all screenshotted and have them on my other phone so I could tell you them. But I didn't have notes. I wanted to react to them on the fly for you. And honestly, I have no words to the scariest thing in this book is the writing. I have no I honestly have no response. I'm literally laughing that hard that I'm starting to have happy tears come out because I can't think of anything. Is this the last one? I think this is the last one, and this was in 2023, so I actually read it in 24 at the beginning of the year, so this was literally a year before I read it. The good Lord gave me eyes and I abused them. I did not think it was that bad of a book, but I can see why some people feel that way, maybe because, yeah. I can obviously see how people could feel that way. I did enjoy Verity, guys, okay? And everyone is entitled to their own opinion. If you didn't like it, that's okay. And it's okay if you don't like Colleen Hoover. That's okay. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no hate here, okay? We support each other. If you don't like a book, that's fine. Just keep going. You don't need to tell people how much you hate it. You know, and if you like the book, your opinion is always valid wherever you go, but don't put hate. We don't want that. So that was fun. Honestly, the next one I think is A Court of Mist and Fury, so I need to go get the book out and get those reviews ready. I didn't get them ready. I'm absolutely nervous on how this is gonna go because I really liked that one as well. I'm gonna go get the book and then I'm gonna get the reviews sent to the other phone and then we're gonna go from there. This is literally gonna be a video that's filmed in parts because I'm probably gonna need a minute or two to adjust before going to the next book. I'm sorry, some of these reviews are really funny. For me. Okay, I'm gonna go get the next book. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we're on to the next one. I have A Court of Mist and Fury. I did love this book. Yeah, it was definitely a 5-star for me. Okay, so just what I expected. DNF. Seriously, anyone who manages to finish this book deserves an award. Then I want my reward, please, because I finished it. A fitting end would have been this book in a grave, burning in hell, DNF'd at 14%. I was intending on actually reading this whole thing if just to see how Sarah J Maas planned to attempt to justify her questionable and offensive decisions in the first book. But this is a piece of crap. This piece of crap is crazy long. I hate most of the characters, basically the main characters. And the ones I don't hate, I'm completely indifferent towards. The world building is okay at best. The magic system is fairly inconsistent and uninterested. And I have much better things to do with my life than waste more time on ACOTAR because it isn't good and it isn't getting better. In fact, it's just getting worse. Okay. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't. I liked it. But you know what? Everyone's entitled to their opinion. I'm very proud to announce that my desire to read overhyped YA book talk fantasy romance era is officially over. This is not a YA. This one isn't YA. The first one I think is, but this one is not. This is an actual adult book. If you're going to make a review, please look into it a bit more. There is scenes in here that are not classified for YA. But other than that, I guess sometimes when people hype things up on BookTok, it does give you expectations that aren't always met. I didn't really look on any of BookToks for this because I didn't want to get it spoiled for me because I did want to read it. So I guess that wasn't really that issue for me. Yeah, I'm not going to read 626 pages of Fadic. So we're DNFing this for now. So you didn't even read it? You didn't read it. And literally, like, most of the book has none of that in there. There's not even that much of that in there. You didn't even try. Okay. Oh gosh. So, this is a long one. Oh man, where do I start? I am so disappointed. This series is so well loved by everyone online and I was just so sure that I was going to love it too. The first book was fine. I rated it 4 stars. It was a bit slow, but everyone spoke about it and said that book 2 is where the series starts to get really good and interesting. Well, that wasn't even the case for me, unfortunately. This book was just so hard for me to even finish. It dragged on far too long, in my opinion. I found myself having the hardest time concentrating on it, and I did not care about the characters at all. Tamlin's a crybaby. Oh, basically, she could never want to crybaby. Okay, cool. Ugh, everything about this book just didn't do it for me. which makes me feel so sad because my expectations were so high. Oh well, I will not be continuing the series. Ow. Words are escaping me. There's nothing wrong with hating on a series that you don't like. Just don't fully hate it like that, because it's not, it's just words on a page, guys. Like, you know, you chose to pick it up. I don't know, I don't feel everyone was a crybaby. Okay, maybe, I don't know. But there you go. Someone else's one is, what the hell did I just read? Ugh. You read a book. You read a very big, chunky book about Fae and High Lords and the Night Court. That's what you read. If you need any more direction, I am here to help. The next one says, Razan discovers women have brain cells and they think for themselves. Literally invented feminism. Oh my god. Woke feminist king. I feel like that maybe wasn't quite... Was that like your only positive about it? I don't understand why you would give it a 1-star review for that. Okay. Okay. This is another long one. I read around 600 pages for what plot? I hate the words growl, purr, roar, huff, or whatever the hell Mass uses. Like, just stop. I am remembering one of those shows on the Discovery Channel or National Geographic for animals while they're having at it. I have no idea if I should laugh or cry. Let me please address how Tractor 55 was honestly so gross and unhygienic. All those paints. Do you have any idea how much a pack of acrylic paints costs? And you're telling me you did what with them? I am crying for all of those paints and the canvases. What makes me cringe so bad is how Mass goes over the top to prove that Reese is different. The better guy, the best guy, the good guy, the perfect guy, the feminist guy, the smart guy, the hot guy, the caring guy. Can we please just stop for a moment and give some actual character flaws? I get it, Reese is better than Tamlin. You don't need to raise it in every other line. Brackets. Well, look at how the tables have turned in A Court of Silver Flames. Reese is basically Tamlin 2.0. And no, I will not argue with anyone to prove what an arsehole he really was. Overall, if you like romance, read this book. But if you like fantasy with proper world building and well-fleshed characters who won't talk for pages and pages and pages and pages about themselves, I'm not sure you're going to like this. Was that all of them? Yeah, that was all of them. Okay, so in with that, I feel like, okay, yeah, there was a moment in Silver Flame where Reese may have been a bit more douchey than expected, but it wasn't towards, like, it was only because I didn't dislike his behaviour. And he kind of rectified it at the end. I can see why you'd think he's an arse. But bear in mind, yes, they're going to talk about themselves because that's literally how you get to know characters, I guess. I didn't have any issue with it. I enjoyed it. No, still 5-star for me. The cat is doing this weird thing on my foot. Yeah, still 5-star for me. I still liked it. I'm not changing my review. I did enjoy this. I don't regret it one little bit. So let's see how that goes, I guess. Okay, next one is Fourth Wing. I gave this a 5-star. I really did enjoy it, but I know that there's a lot of people that didn't. So let's start. We have some long reviews and some short ones. Hopefully that won't be that bad. Okay, so we have, the first one is, did not finish. I'd like to know if I'm actually reading the same book as everyone else. This is the worst piece of literature I have read in a while. Got to chapter 8 and couldn't go any further. First off, the needless use of the F-bomb is tacky and lazy if you ask me. So many great descriptive words, and all this author can do is spout curse words. Curse words do not personally make personality make, I think she was meant to say. Neither is being a horny 13-year-old. Violet is supposed to be 20 years old, but it seems like she's more like she is 12. I mean, I thought she was 21. But still, it's a bit rude. Okay. The scar that marks his eyebrow only makes him hotter. Flaming hot, scorching hot. Gets you in trouble and you like it level hot. Who talks like that? I'll tell you. Tweens. I suppose. But I mean, do you live in this decade? I mean, a lot of young 20-year-olds talk like that too. So I think I'm rooting for the other side of this conflict too. What kind of battle strategy is it to encourage the deaths of dozens of people as an entrance exam, then to be okay with it when your cadets at killing each other? Let's just kill off a huge percentage of our able-bodied young men and women every year. Yep, sound strategy. Big bad school, so scary. It's incredibly cliche, predictable in all the worst ways. But I think that's supposed to be kind of like the feel, innit? I don't know. Violet's only personality trait is that she is super fast and smart. The reason her mother tossed her into the school in the first place is super unbelievable. It's just a weak book with weak and convenient reasons to push the plot forward. That's the first 1-star review I found for this one. So I don't think it was that bad. Yes, I mean, I guess I can see where you're thinking like killing off all these people, but that's the point. They're not as able-bodied as others. That's how they end up dying. The strong survive and the weak don't, I guess. That was the point of it, because only strong riders can have dragons. Did you miss that point in the book, or did you just not want to mention that in your review? Wow. Next one. There's a valuable lesson to be learned here, and it's that when you see an entire Goodreads community read a 5-star and 5-star same book, you run as fast as you can in the other direction. I especially enjoyed the mediocre writing, boring love story, and this might as well happen plot where an alleged frail weak character is at the same time overpowered as fuck and gets everything handed to her on a silver platter. 0 stars. But you gave it a 1-star, but at the bottom you said 0 star. I didn't think it was that boring of a love story. I liked the whole enemies to lovers and stuff. Okay, next one. Some of you are about to be real mad at me, but this is awful. Also, if this is enemies to lovers, then how the mighty have fallen. The amount of time I cringe was insane. Don't you mean the amount of time I cringed? Okay, it was insane. I'd rather stick molten hot needles in my eyes than read a sequel. Side note, ratings for this book give me a Sound of Freedom vibes. How does the first time fantasy author get from May to August so many reviews and almost all are 5 stars? I didn't think it was that bad. I did enjoy it. I get that I don't feel like it was fully like full enemy. I know it's supposed to be enemies to lovers. I didn't really feel like he fully hated her. He hates her family and her mum, but I don't think he hates her per se because he didn't know her. he was just more careful around her, I suppose. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. The next 1-star rating is, y'all must be joking. About what? What am I joking on? I don't know. I liked it. I do not feel bad that I like this book. There are plenty other people that do too. The next one says, who had a gun to the head of everyone who rated this 5 stars? I can safely say nobody. Nobody had a gun to my head. I read it. I enjoyed it. Mostly I read it in mostly one day until like 3 in the morning. But that's just me. I enjoyed it. Y'all need to start having some standards for books you read. But then someone might say that about how you read. I have no issues with the books I read. I quite like them. If I rate them a 5 star, I rate them a 5. If I rate them less, I rate them less. I'm not going to hate on people just because, or question people's book taste just because I gave it a 5 star and someone, or I give it a 1 star and someone else gives it a 5. Okay. Oh, I've got 2 more reviews for you. This one is, Rebecca Yarros wrote a dystopian novel about revolution and resistance against justice, but I don't think she truly knows what it means. But this is just book 1. She has more to come. There's like 5 books in this series, I believe, that was announced. So you're getting the start point. This is building your first part of your story. It's not all going to be in here. You got to kind of read the rest to get to the rest. My opinion. There is a target audience for this one, but I'm not it. And I am not it. But even if you're part of the target audience, I think it's okay to admit when a novel is poorly written, is it not? I don't think it was badly written. I quite enjoyed it. I read it. I enjoyed it. I guess it's just me. Well, not just me, but other people obviously feel the same. But I liked it. I didn't hate on it. No issues with it. I cried. I laughed. I got annoyed. As you do when you read. I felt all the emotions. I enjoyed it. Okay. We have 1 more for this video, and then I don't know when I'm going to get part 2 up, but we'll get a part 2 somewhere. Okay, so I'm on the last book of the video, this time around anyway, is A Court of Wings and Ruin. So I really did enjoy this. I feel like this book ruined me personally. Like, I was not expecting some of the stuff that was in here, and yeah, I felt emotion. So with that said, let's see what some of the ones that I think I have 9 reviews for you guys for this one, because I was just, yeah, got in with it a bit. So the first one was from 2016, by the way, is Sarah J Maas is kind of like Donald Trump of writers. In the description way, not the racist, well, maybe not the most diverse, but definitely not the sexist, but all her female characters serve to do is boned by the hottest guys in the world. Anyway, definitely more on the scripted side of things. So I feel this book is going to go along the lines like this. We need to stop the evil thing or whatever. Oh my god, he's naked. Enter me. His rod was so big. Like the biggest rod ever. Like, think of the biggest rod downstairs, the times by 10. Like that big, and his balls are big, like so big, like beach balls, and his tongue is down there, and it was so in me, like the best way in me, like so good, like the best, and then his rod was in me, like all the way in, and the mountains were like trembling, like the biggest earthquake I've ever seen, like way bigger than any other earthquake ever in the history of America. Did I mention he's the hottest fairy? Like the hottest, like biggest muscles out of all the fairies. The end. I don't know. No, I didn't feel it was that bad. I really didn't think it was that bad. But there you go, someone did. Sorry, next one is, I vomited a little in my mouth every time I see someone gashing over Rysand or any mails written by SJM. Boring, jealous, and toxic. I was going to read this, but I decided not to after Mass in the first chapters mentioned to trash not one but two asexual characters. Oh, what? And assuming because they feel no passion that they are empty and soulless. I thought she was terrible, but this is utterly disgusting. Also horrible representation of the LGBT community. Continues in one of the main characters. He has been indicated many times by the female main character to look at their intended interest with obvious love, and now he is suddenly gay. Oh, more. Mass obviously did it because her editor asked her to, for the sake of appeasing the public. Not touching this, never will. I know this is shallow, but I cannot bring myself to give Mass 1 more cent of my money. And to the stands who are coming at me with their heavily breathing, please, a message from me, just have fun reading this book and respect my opinion. Okay, so I do feel like maybe with the more thing, I wasn't expecting that when I read it, and then it was just kind of like thrown in there. It did feel a bit like an afterthought when I read it, but like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I feel like that maybe because obviously when we've been talking about it, like throughout the book, she's been all over, like, she's with Cassian and Azriel, and then suddenly we find out she's actually gay. I can get that. That was very unexpected twist of events. So yeah, I get that part. So maybe that was an afterthought for that one. Did feel like a bit. So yeah, I can get that one. I can get behind that. I still give it 5 stars though. I did enjoy reading it. It's official. I'm finally DNFing this book. DNF at 73%. Oh my god, you were so close to the end. I just don't care what happens to these characters. I'm really, really sick of the constant heterosexual pair-ups in her books. Sick of everyone being devastatingly attractive. Sick of everyone cocking their head, baring their teeth and swaggering in and out of every room. Mate, please stop with all the mates. So as you can say, I am DNFing Sarah J Maas in general, and I'm tired of some of the old formula and could go on for ages. But just know there is so much better fantasy reads out there that you should try. I mean, you were right near the end. That's probably a harsh place to put into. That was right next to the end. That'd be gutting for me. I wouldn't be able to DNF it that far along. Like maybe near the beginning, like 25%, but not like 70. At that point, I might as well just push through for the last 25%. But it is a big book, so I can... okay. The next one is, it took me 4 months to finish this book, and I nearly gave up on it, but I'm glad I didn't because the ending was so wonderful. I love the setting and the cast, and I just want to give everyone a huge hug. However, this book was so slow, I couldn't remember anything from the previous novels. The first 70%, I didn't even want to read it. Wait, you gave it a 1 star, but yet... Did you get your rating system confused? Gave it 1 star, but you said that you loved it. Maybe there was sarcasm. Okay, let's go to the next one because I'm getting baffled. I've got an itchy nose. Sorry. A court of queerphobia and deaf cop cuts. Racist Queen Maas has done it again. Delivered us a truly fantastic book that represents the subrogation of women and animalistic abusive men. Her tropes are so overdone and terrible. I think Maas hates gay people and people of colour. And women. Keep your animal kink away from me, bitch. No stakes. Deaf cop out. Shit writing. I've seen 12-year-olds write better than this. How the fuck is this almost 5-star when it's the shittiest series of all time? JKR level, pondering, transphobic, only using males and females as descriptors. Lazy, stupid, rapey, unforgettable, the worst descriptions of sex known to man. Love how they almost fucked in front of traumatized sexual assault survivors. Love how Reese's moans blocked out the sound of wounded people dying. You've truly done it, Queen. The most god-awful, anti-feminist, pro-gender role bullshit I've ever seen. Okay, I don't feel that her writing is that bad. I mean, I don't think you need to hate on her like that either. If you don't like her work, that's fine. It's just words on paper, but don't come at people. You don't know her in real life. You don't know what kind of a person she is. Whether it feels that way from reading her books or not, you shouldn't still come at her like that. It was a bit rude. I'm not gonna lie. What are you doing, sir? Sorry, the cat tree is next to my table and he's on the top shelf looking out the window, looking for the pigeons that were just sitting on my fence. I guess a lot of people feel like maybe she's more I guess maybe people just don't like the way she writes. I get that. Some I don't know. I'm not hating on her. I enjoyed her writing. I didn't feel like the book was that bad. There were some parts that made me feel a bit cringy, like I guess the part in the tent with where all the people were dying, that did make me cringe a little bit. I was like, maybe that's not the right time or place for that, perhaps. But that's my opinion, and I'm not hating on her as an author because of it. The next one is, I'm either getting older and less interested in her ideas, or the quality of Mass's work is slipping big time. I've increasingly lost interest in her Throne of Glass series, although I do plan to finish it because I've invested way too much time to not follow through to the end, and I had hopes that maybe Mass was putting all of her effort into this Court of Thorn and Roses series instead. Turns out, nope. I have so many complaints and criticisms about this book that I don't even know where to begin or rein myself in. It would be like 25-page Word document, but by my conservative estimate. I'll say this. Mass is a very naturally talented storyteller, but she is not a good writer. And by pushing herself to publish 2 700-page books a year, she's not given herself time to develop any writing skills, and it shows. So I think that they gave it a 1 star because where she has 700-page books, I guess she did, I don't know. It's a lot to write, and I do feel like maybe if you're pushing yourself to do it, it doesn't come out the way you hoped it would, but I still like this. I didn't have any issues with it. I was really enjoying this. So, I don't know. I feel like everyone's starting to come at Sarah J, like, for no reason. Like, it's more about they're coming at her as a person and not her writing. But they're using a guise of her writing, I guess. That's not nice, guys. Don't come at authors. I'm totally going to be in the minority here, but reading this book was utterly exhausting. I've been looking forward to it for a year, but the unnecessary descriptions, constant inner monologues where she's obsessed over how amazing she is, and the lack of character development, etc., took their toll on me. I feel like this author strived to write the book like Harry Potter, but didn't know that simply writing 700 pages of words would automatically make this good book. There's no nuisance or opportunities to interpret the characters, actions and feelings. If you like that author telling you what you should think and feel, then you might not mind this book. Otherwise, skim it, if that. Again, I don't feel it was that bad. But I liked it, that's why. And I'm not worried about the 1-star reviews. They don't upset me like that. I liked the book, and that's that for me. If you didn't, that's okay. If you didn't like Sarah J Maas's verse, that's okay. Maybe you'll enjoy these 1-star reviews and agree with them. I don't agree with them. I mean, there are some parts in some of them that are agreeable, like the more thing. I do feel like that was an afterthought, perhaps. So but like overall, yeah, I don't agree fully with them. I have my own opinion, which I'm entitled to. Next one is, why is this book still on my currently reading shelf? I DNF'd it ages ago, but somehow forgot to mark it. Haha. Sorry. I read a couple of 100 pages and couldn't bear with it anymore. It was pure shit. Maybe I'll pick this book up in the future because I like to torture myself. Why did you write that in your review? I guess the pure shit part was the only part about this book that you actually wrote. I don't feel the same. Sorry. Last review is, no, but seriously, what the fuck is going through Sarah's mind while writing the war tent scene? I hate Ryzan. I can't stand him. Just, ugh, he's awful. I regret that I ever liked this book. Anyway, it's time to reread Six of Crows. I mean, the tent scene, I agree with. I was like, that probably wasn't really needed in there. I was a bit poor taste, a little bit, maybe. But overall, I like the book. I don't think it was that bad. I guess a lot of people have hate on Sarah J Maas and the way she writes, but I don't. There are a few discrepancies that I didn't like in the books, but it didn't give me enough to hate them like that. So yeah, I guess that's everyone. That's it for this video. The 1-star reviews that I picked out for my 5-star reads. That last one felt more about hate on poor Sarah J Maas, which was really unfair. But most of them were all the same, like hating on her, like as a person, as opposed to her writing. So I really tried to find a bit of a mixture, but that was so hard. I have one more, obviously, with that. If for another video will be the Court of Silver Flames. Hopefully we don't get as much hate on that, I hope, on Sarah J Maas. But anyway, so that's it for part 1. Yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.